What is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we're using the Mega Gengar Women's God team once again with Incineroar, Tapu Bulu, Terrakion, and Kommo-o. Let's get started. And man, this team is just so much fun. It's just, I cannot stress it enough. It's just so much fun playing with this core. Again, I have been playing off camera and it has been doing some work, and I've been able to make, some plays that have also lost me games, but alright, sorry for the cut off right there. But I really do love playing with this team. I felt like I made quite a few good plays throughout some practice battles. So let's see if I can do well with this team once again on camera. So also another reason why I'm happy today is because of the fact that for everyone who has been asking me, am I going to Toronto? Toronto has been confirmed for me, so I will be in Toronto. A lot of people have been asking, hey, are you going to be in Toronto? I would really love to meet you or meet up with you or something like that. Yes, I will actually be in Toronto on May 12th. Just got that confirmed. I already have my flights and place to stay booked. So yeah, should be a good time. Really excited to compete in my first foreign regional. Well, I guess, yeah, it's foreign. I mean, it's not outside of North America, but it is outside of the United States, which is my home country. So let's see here. We're gonna see the team of Sableye, Gengar, Excadrill. Oh, jeez, the Excadrill is a pain. Tapu Koko, Gastrodon, and Tyranitar. I really don't like the look of this. I don't. Actually, it's not too bad now that I'm looking at it. It's not. Terrakion can put in some work if I get Tailwind up. My opponent doesn't have speed control, but does have that Sableye, which could be a bit of a pain here. What do I want to go here? I think I want to go Whimsicott, Gengar, Tapu Bulu, and Terrakion. Incineroar's not that great in this matchup in my opinion. He can put up work, but I feel like I need Bulu for, just that offensive pressure, because Bulu can knock out a lot of things on my opponent's side of the field. So let's gonna go with those. For my plan is to get Tailwind up and then beat up if I can. The problem is if Excadrill is going to anticipate that. Of course, if I can't get the beat up, this game could be a lot harder, which is why I think Bulu is good in the back, because it can pressure the top of Koko and Gastrodon without me having to set up. So let's see what my opponent's going to do. I'm guessing Tyranitar Excadrill is the lead, as I will lead Whimsicott Gengar here, and we'll see what my opponent decides to opt for. It's going to be the Sableye Gengar, so gonna go on, it's Gravity Hypnosis. I know for a fact you're Gravity Hypnosis. I think I'm going to go for the Tailwind turn 1, and I'm actually okay with sacking my Mega Gengar. Yeah, I'm okay with sacking my Mega Gengar turn 1. Because I could get Terrakion in for free and start beating up. The problem is if the Sableye has Will-O-Wisp, but with Gravity Hypnosis I kind of doubt it. We'll find out here. If I win a speed type, it could be big, but you could also just go for like Quash into... Okay, the only bad thing is if the Sableye has Fake Out, and you go for the speed type turn 1. Let's see if you do. Because that would be really bad, but for real, I feel like you have a very safe play just to Quash Shadow Ball turn 1. Let's find out. It is going for the speed tie. And you win it. Okay. Maybe I should have anticipated that, but jeez. I didn't want to double up into Whimsicott turn 1, so I felt like I was gonna risk the attack there. That's annoying. Let's get Terrakion in. Gravity Hypnosis could come out here. Could be a Sludge Bomb. I don't know what you're gonna do. I guess I'm going to hope for the Sludge Bomb and maybe if it Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go for Stomping Tantrum in a Gengar and hope I can get the knockout. Man, this is obnoxious to play against. Probably should have considered the option for Fake Out. Maybe I could have double protected. I guess double protecting would have been the worst play possible. It wouldn't have been. Let's see if Stomping Tantrum can even knock out Gengar. The Sludge Bomb, okay. Gengar's going on the offense. Huh. I mean, Sableye's going on the offense. What's it going for? As the Stomping Tantrum doesn't knock out the Gengar. Foul play. Hey, you're giving me a justified boost. And I'll take that. I don't know why you want to give me the justified boost. Oh, I'll go for Tailwind here. And a Rock Slide. Shadow Ball's not going to knock out Terrakion. Shadow Ball on a foul play might, which is probably the only concern, but I'm not sure if you're going to go for that play. You might just try to target on Whimsicott because a beat up Rock Slide could have came out potentially, so I'm not sure. Yeah, you're going to go for the Sludge Bomb here, which is okay here. Knock out my Whimsicott, but I did get Tailwind up, which is absolutely huge in this matchup. Let's see what my opponent's going to go for afterward. Rock Slide, I do connect with both Pokemon, so +1 onto Sableye. Doesn't really do that much damage. Jeez, that's bulky. X button? Oh boy, what kind of cute tricks do we have here? What's coming out? Excadrill? Tyranitar, so Excadrill's probably in the back. Okay. Still works out for me, I think. Yeah, it definitely still works out for me. Okay. Alright, it doesn't look too bad. Eject button's a weird one, but we'll take it because we have our Tapu Bulu and we can go for close combat. Woodhammer double up and should be able to knock out the Tyranitar, no problem. Excadrill's actually just going to come out, so I can actually just go for close combat and an Excadrill and a Woodhammer into Tyranitar. I think the Excadrill would be Z-move on this team. However, if it's Sash, I guess that could be a different story. I will go for a Woodhammer and a close combat. Don't see a reason not to. As Excadrill is going to protect, so Tyranitar is going to go down here. And I'm pretty sure Woodhammer can knock out Excadrill, so I'm not really too worried. Unless Tyranitar can live Grassy Terrain Woodhammer, which I kind of doubt. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I get to knock out the Tyranitar, which is nice. We'll take a bunch of recoil. Close combat into the Excadrill. Like, yeah, my opponent with this frail team doesn't appreciate Tailwind, especially since you can quash one Pokemon with Sableye potentially. However, even if you quash one, the other one's going to knock out the offensive threat, so I don't really mind the quash, which is why I like Bulu here in this situation. So let's see what's coming. Well, let's see the Sableye coming out, but what's my opponent going to do? The only way I see my opponent coming out of this is if you have a Sash Excadrill. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked out by Woodhammer and or close combat, which I will go for. Fake Out going to come out into Terrakion. Yeah, it has to go into Terrakion. We will get a Woodhammer off. We'll be able to knock out the Excadrill, I think. Yeah, perfect. And that's going to be a good game because my opponent doesn't have an out to this. So, yeah, pretty bad start to the turn. Definitely could have probably played the first turn definitely better. However, it did end up working in my favor. Luckily, my opponent didn't go for Gravity Hypnosis immediately turn 2 because that could have been problematic. However, yeah. Eject button Sableye, huh? Well, we didn't get to see Gravity Hypnosis, and I'm really thankful for that we didn't get to face Gravity Hypnosis because that could have been a pain to deal with. Let's go for Woodhammer plus Continental Crush just to ensure the knockout guaranteed on the Sableye as the match is going to be forfeited. And we will take that game in a pretty quick fashion. Really happy that Terrakion plus Bulu, like the choices that I made were really correct there. I could have also brought Kommo. I think Kommo could have done decent in this matchup. But the problem is I probably wouldn't have been able to set up as freely. And of course I didn't have a good way to hit Tyranitar with Kommo. So that's why I liked Bulu. No Gastrodon or no Coco. So could have potentially worked out if I had a Fine type move on Kommo. But since I don't have a Fine type move, I do think Tapu Bulu was the better play there. And it did end up working out. So really nice. Very happy about how the end game ended up proceeding. Even though it looks pretty bad early on. Yeah, and surprisingly, my opponent gave me the attack boost. Although, looking back at it, I probably didn't need the attack boost at all in that game. I knocked out Terrakion. I guess that's why my opponent didn't really care about giving me the boost. Because of the fact I knock out Excadrill, Tyranitar. Gengar's 2-shot anyway, so it didn't really matter at that point. Ooh. Oh, man, this is going to be one heck of a pain for me because, let's see, you got Blastoise, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Zapdos, Metagross, and Tapu Bulu. So I'm assuming it's going to be dual Mega here. Metagross plus Amoonguss plus Incineroar plus Lele is going to be problematic. For sure. For sure. I could probably sweep with Terrakion if I get my cards right. Yeah, I definitely can. The question is, do I want to bring Bulu? I don't think I want to bring Bulu in this game. Although Bulu could be very nice. I'm 100% sure you're bringing Incineroar and Amoonguss at least. I could see you bring Zapdos Lele in the back, Zapdos Metagross. There are a bunch of combinations. Do you think Whimsicott Gengar? I do need to match a Tailwind for my opponent's side. The Terrakion's pretty useful, and I'm thinking maybe either Incineroar or Kommo. I'm actually liking Kommo a bit more in this matchup. I think I will go Kommo. Let's see how it works. Because I think Kommo can do a lot of work because if I can knock out Lele with Terrakion, I think I'm in a pretty good position overall. The problem is going to be a late game Metagross. I do have to be worried about that because that's been one of the things I think I've been struggling with this team. So let's see how this is going to go. And Incineroar might have been okay in this matchup. I just don't know if you're... I think you had to bring Metagross, right? You could bring Blastoise, I guess, in theory, but I'm not exactly too sure of how much work it can do. Let's see how this is going to go, though. And I don't think Bulu's that great because it only really hits Blastoise and Lele and pretty much gets directed by every single other Mon or can't do much damage. Well, I guess the Zapdos it could do decent against, but I have Terrakion, so I don't really need to bring it. Incineroar Mungus is going to lead. I can Encore Disable and get a beat up situation really fast. And I think I will go for that situation. Alright. Double Protect here. Lock them in. See what my opponent's going to do. This is a really interesting lead combination for it. Maybe you turn on the Incineroar to get out of the trap, but still. You'd have to U-turn your own Amoonguss. And even then, I don't think you're going to do that turn one. You would hard switch 100%. So, what are you going to go for? Or you turn out in a Whimsicott. So, I'll double protect here. I do want to lock down Amoonguss in with Encore Disable so it can't Spore my Terrakion or Clear Smog because that would be annoying for my team. Let's see what my opponent's going to do though. Because I will protect. A double protect. Do I need my Z-move for anything? I think it's just the Amoonguss I actually need it for. Or I could go for the Lele, I guess. I think I'm going to go out into that and the Spore. Yeah. And the Prankster, the Dark types game Prankster is so good. I think I'm just going to Encore Disable the Amoonguss. Maybe you protect Amoonguss here, but I could always Encore the following turn and just get Terrakion in. Also, no, I want to Encore Disable the Amoonguss. I do. Because I don't know if I want to risk Amoonguss going for Spore and a Gengar again. And then what I do is I switch Gengar out into the Terrakion because you would probably protect Knockoff. That's your other play. So I really have to call this one right. And I feel like it's more likely you might go for the Spore here. Yeah, you're going to go for the Spore here. Perfect. I don't care if I lose a Gengar either because I can start going for beat up then tail end situation. So let's see. For Disable. I could also get Kommo set up here, but I'd rather get my I'd rather get the situation set up with my ooh, and Gengar lives. That's absolutely huge here actually. Because I can go for the beat up situation now. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's get that beat up situation going. I'm liking this so far. I'm liking this so far. Okay, good. The problem is if it's Scarf Lele in the back, but I think I could handle it. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. It would also be really useful if Amoonguss struggles into my Terrakion instead of my Whimsicott here because a Flare Blitz struggle would be a little bit hard for me because of the fact I just don't know what kind of Lele it is. Although we'll see here. Beat up into Terrakion. You might be going for Flare Blitz and a Gengar to finish off the Gengar. Or you might go for the low kick because the switch is sort of obvious. But it really just depends on if you have that option. So I will go for the beat up. I do get +4, which is amazing. Terrakion's going to be able to knock out any single Pokemon at this rate. Let's see what the Incineroar goes for. Probably Flare Blitz. U-turn actually to finish off the Gengar. Or no, it targets down the Whimsicott. Okay. What's coming out? Metagross? I think Metagross has to come out. Yeah, Metagross. Struggle going to come out into the Whimsicott. I guess we got an interesting turn here. You're definitely going to switch out Amoonguss, probably into Incineroar and just Iron Head to Terrakion. So you have Fake Out Pressure, even if I protect Tailwind the following turn. I think the best place to go into Gengar. I think the best place to go into Gengar and go for a Protect with Terrakion. That way I can threaten the knockout on Metagross without going for the, yeah, I can threaten the knockout onto Metagross without needing to worry about this option. Yeah. So Incineroar is going to come out. I'm 100% guaranteeing your attack. I don't think you target down the Whimsicott when Whimsicott is not really a threat right here. And it can't really do much otherwise. Encore's not going to really be helping me in this situation. Tailwind, which you should assume. And you already saw Beat Up Protect, so you know my moveset. You know I can't really disrupt too much right here. So I think you would target down the Terrakion, because if Terrakion attacks, you do lose the game here. So, going to be the Iron Head. Oh, it does target down the Gengar. Are you kidding me? Maybe I should get my Kommo in and try the Z move sweep now. Oh, what? What happens if I just Stomping Tantrum? Huh. Go, Kommo. Or maybe my opponent anticipated my Mega Gengar switching. Man, does that mean I could have just Tailwinded? Well, even if I Tailwinded, I was still in the bad spot like I mentioned earlier. Huh. Now you can fake out Kommo and attack my Terrakion. Not the most lovely situation I have here. I think I'll go for the double. And go for the Z move. Or maybe my opponent expects me not to have Stomping Tantrum to knock out. Well, I can knock out the Metagross. I failed a double. I think I'm going to go in a Terrakion. And Iron Head. Okay, so. Actually, if I got the double, I'm pretty sure I won the game right there. But I do get the Z move off guaranteed, which is nice. Wonder why the double up into Terrakion. Wait, did Terrakion flinch? Is that Animate Metagross? Oh well. We'll get our Z move off. I need a sub up, but I don't think my opponent's ever going to let me get a sub up. And you're not going to protect, and you don't protect with the Metagross right here. I'm in a rough position. Yeah, because I think you have Lele in the back, and Lele should just wrap this game up. What can I do? If Lele comes in, I probably need a crit flamethrower because Iron Head is going to be doing too much, even if I encore anyway. Yeah, because you're going to stay in. I'm guessing you're either going to Flare Blitz or U-turn out. Yeah. So I'm going to Flamethrower and knock out the Metagross, but the problem is now your free switch and the Lele comes in. Flare Blitz is going to come out into the Whimsicott. Lele comes out. Could also be Scarf Lele, which could confirm this game 100%, but I gotta go for the Flamethrower, crit. And I do need a crit, and I'll go for Beat Up, I guess. And if it's Scarf Lele, it just destroyed me anyway, because I don't have Tailwind up. Let's see. Not Scarf, or it's Slow Scarf. Flamethrower. Oh wow, that does a lot less than I originally anticipated. That's going to be a good game. Even if I got it created, it wouldn't have worked out. Psychic going to go out into Kommo, which should knock out. Yeah. Good game. The defining turn of this game was going to be when my opponent went for Iron Head and switched out a Moongus and Incineroar. Because if I Tailwinded there, I guess it would have been a 50-50. I think my opponent definitely expected the Gengar to come in, because I don't think he make that play otherwise. So I think my opponent, it was a risk there, because if I went for Tailwind and protected there, and my opponent knocked out the Whimsicott, Like I would have been able to get Gengar in for free, and I would have been in the position I wanted. Otherwise I had to go for the play of getting my Gengar in if you double up if you Iron Head the Terrakion. So it really came down to who did the Mega Metagross target. And my opponent did choose the right slot because, yes, even though Whimsicott wasn't going to, like, targeting the Whimsicott slot got you a KO no matter what, it just came down to what's that positioning. Because if you knock out my Whimsicott, my Gengar comes in if I stay in Tailwind. And if I stay in Tailwind, my opponent's in a pretty rough spot. If I'm able to get Gengar in and you target down my Metagross, I'm in a good spot with Gengar because I could Shadow Ball and Rock Slide. Shadow Ball will knock out the Metagross. So it really just came down to how well I was able to position my Mega Gengar and Terrakion together. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to position it well and ended up losing my Gengar, which was pretty costly. Very nicely played from my opponent. But let's go into this third game here. We got Politoed, Swampert, Pelipper, Ludicolo. Oh, Hard Rain, Snorlax, and Coco. Oh, why is it Hard Rain? I don't like this. I don't like it. It's weird because Kommo's decent here. I really like Terrakion though. There are a lot of things I could go for. Alright, who would I expect? I think it would be Pelipper, Ludicolo, Tapu Koko, and Swampert. I would assume it'd be a combination of those Pokemon. I think I'm gonna go Whimsicott Gengar for sure as the lead. I just gotta figure out what I want in my back. Because Coco plus Bulu is probably looking good if it's those 4 Pokemon. If it's Snorlax, I really want Terrakion. Although, would you really bring Snorlax? Snorlax doesn't seem that great against my fighting types. Knockoff. I think it might be Bandit-Lax on this team, actually. My opponent doesn't have many good Trick Romancers, so I think it could actually be Bandit-Lax on this team, so maybe you don't decide to bring it here. Let's see how this is going to go. So my plan here is to get myself in a position with Kommo next to Bulu potentially. I think turn 1 I'm going to just go for Sludge Bomb Tailwind because I think that would be an okay play. Yeah, I think that would be an okay play turn 1. Gengar Whimsicott's going to lead here against Ludicolo Pelipper. Politoed Swampert. Oh, that's not what I expected at all. Oh boy. It's not what I anticipated at all. I mean, I can get Tailwind up guaranteed, I guess. And I can trap in these Pokemon. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I'm okay with this position. It's not the position at all I was expecting my opponent to go, but I guess this case, I'm able to Encore disable the Swampert potentially and set up with my Kommo early in the game, which isn't terrible yet. Yeah, this is not what I expected. And even if you Ice Punch, let's say double up my Whimsicott to knock it out, I'm okay. I'm okay because I could get either Bulu or my Kommo in, and both are pretty good in this matchup. So let's see what my opponent's gonna opt for. Helping Hand's gonna come out. Okay, what are you going for? Helping Hand Rock Slide? It might be because my opponent doesn't have that. Well, you have a decent Charizard matchup with double rain users, but I guess it's how you position it. Tailwind gonna go up. And a Ice Punch into the Whimsicott. Okay, so I was thinking maybe going to Bulu and protecting, but I didn't want to make that play. Okay, that works. So I can go for the Encore Disable here. I could Encore Disable the Politoed. I wonder what my opponent expects, though. Do I care Whimsicott goes down? I'd get the free switch in. So I don't. Even if you protect Swampert, I kind of want to Encore the disable the Politoed, but it's Helping Hand, so this is going to work out, it looks like. So I'm going to be able to Encore disable the Swampert. Okay. That's not bad. So Swampert is now Encored and disabled, so it's going to be forced to struggle. I can Encore disable the Politoed as well. This is looking pretty good here. And I will go for Encore disable into Politoed, even if protect. I guess that's alright. It really depends on who you struggle, I guess. But yeah, this is looking pretty good here because of the fact that now Politoed's going to protect. Okay, it really comes down to who the Swampert target here. I really want to get my Z move off though. I think I could just Encore Shadow Ball to Politoed next turn if I am able to move with my Whimsicott here. Here comes the struggle. Who does the target? Targets down my Gengar. Okay. Jeez, that does a lot. How many turns of Encore does Swampert have left? 1. Okay. So I'm just gonna Encore to Politoed. Go on to Kommo-o, I guess. Yeah. I like this play because I want to get Kommo-o in. Sorry for hitting my mic there, but I do want to get Kommo-o in so I can start maybe getting my Z move off. Here comes the Helping Hand, which is alright. Helping Hand struggle in the Gengar. Alright, here comes the Encore. That Politoed is locked in. Here comes the struggle. Does target down the Whimsicott. Okay, that's cool. And now I can get my Bulu in. Oh, Tailwind petered out. Although you can't use Ice Punch. Go Bulu here, and I'm able to Horn Leech the Politoed and just Z-move the Swampert. I'm in a pretty good position after that. Yeah. So I'll just Horn Leech the Politoed, because if Politoed stays in, it's alright. Helping Hand, Stomping Tantrum when it knock out Kommo-o. And Z-move should be able to knock out Swampert, I want to say, at the range it's at, unless it's a really bulky Mega Swampert. And I am really, like, my position's really good right here. Although, it really comes down to what the Politoed's moveset is, because I still am worried if this is like the Haze Politoed that we've been seeing increase lately. And the problem is if you go into Coco here. Yeah, if you go into Coco here. But you're going to stay in Helping Hand, okay. What are you going for? Stomping? Oh, Waterfall. And a Bulu. Okay. I mean, I'm able to get my Horn Leech off. It's Rindo Berry Politoed? Oh, man. Okay. So I'm able to get my Horn Leech off. Not how I expected this turn to go. And I'll go for the Z move here. Which should be able to knock out both. I want to say it would knock out both, but I'm not exactly too confident. And we're going to be right back after the Z move animation. Double knockout. Extremely nice. Okay. So we get to knock on both Pokemon. And now it really comes down to who's in the back for my opponent. Because Coco plus Pelipper is still scary, I think, for my team. Ludicolo is not that problematic. The rain is going to be reset if Pelipper comes out. Let's see. Who's coming out? Who is coming out? Tapu Koko. And the Pelipper. Yep. Okay. I mean, if I can double up the Pelipper, I do win the game. Do I want to do that though? Because I kind of want to double up Pelipper because of the fact if I double target a Coco. Ooh, I just don't know if Pelipper protects. I feel like you could also anticipate me to switch on to Bulu. I don't want Pelipper to get Tailwind up because that's 100% game over. I think I'm going to double up into Pelipper. I think Pelipper could protect here, but I don't know if it would 100%. Coco's going to protect. I'm not sure if Horn Leech Flamethrower got to knock out Coco either, which is why I was like, I'm okay with doubling up the Pelipper slot. Horn Leech going to come out. Yeah, that didn't do too much damage, but I will be able to knock out the Pelipper with the Clang Scales. Okay. And then if my opponent went for Gleam Protect there, I think I just had to risk the Speed Tie at that point. Yeah, and I don't think doubling up Coco and allowing Tailwind up for my opponent because that would 100% lose me the game. So I want to get rid of the option that 100% lost me the game because if Pelipper went for Tailwind there, game over. So now I can just Horn Leech sub, I guess. I mean, at this point, there's no way my opponent could come back, but yeah. So the reason I went for the double up in the Pelipper, as I said, getting rid of the way I 100% lose. The way I 100% lose if a Pelipper gets one Tailwind up. So I want to 100% eliminate that option. And if my opponent protected Pelipper, went for the Gleam, knocks... Actually, I don't even know if Gleam knocks out Coco. I guess if it's Specs or Life Orb, it can. But... And if it's neutral, maybe it doesn't. And then I'd just be able to Horn Leech Clang Scales the following turn. I guess that would have been alright. But if my opponent ever got Tailwind up with Pelipper, I lose to my opponent just having too much offensive pressure with like Gleam plus Hurricane. I also didn't know my opponent had the option to... like, I just didn't know what my opponent had exactly. So, also, I guess I could have lost if it's... No, if it's Specs... I think I could still win if it my opponent got a double knockout. Actually, no, you couldn't. No, Bulu plus Kommo was always gonna outspeed the Coco and knock out the Pelipper unless it was Scarf Coco at that point. And then, yeah. So I wanted to get rid of the option that 100% lost me the game. And even then, if Coco was able to knock out my Kommo, then I'd have to go Gengar and probably just force the 50-50 speed tie. I'd say I want to probably target down the Pelipper and hope it doesn't go for a double protect. Because Bulu can 1v1 the Coco, it looked like, unless it had a surprise tech. But yeah, hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles though. We went 2-1, I believe, in today's episode. Yeah, we went 2-1 in today's episode. Hope that everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. Shows your support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias. All that will be linked. The side series on this channel, the previous episodes of VGC 2018 Back to Battles, if you haven't missed them, as well as the pay spin of this team down below if you want to go try it out on like Showdown, for instance. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Feel free to leave a comment because I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.